What's up, guys? Fantasy Analyzers here. Fantasy Salesman. Just to kick it here with my boy David, Sack Experts. You can follow him there. If you haven't, look at our website, fantasyanalyzers.com. There are some articles there. We have our podcast up, Run Pass Option. This is Run Pass Options because we get to kind of discuss follower questions and whatnot. But we're here to dice it up. We want to see what this week looks like, and we have plenty of questions to get to. Fantasy Burner, Smallery, your name is Russ, Pavs Dan, just a few of you guys that have kind of supported us and actually supported us in making sure that we have questions this week. So let's dive in. David, how you feeling today?
Man, despite some physical pain, I was in doing a physical agility test yesterday. But other than that, man, I'm ready to go. Fall
Physical
week 3.
agility test for fun? Is that what you do for fun?
Man, no, not at all, man. I had to do it for a job. Keeping in shape. But
Keep it
yeah,
in
man,
shape. Keep it tight.
yeah. I'm excited for week 3. You know what I like to
Let's
call this segment we're about to do is Zugzwang. You know what Zugzwang means, Matt?
tell me.
Zugzwang is a chess situation where you're stuck between two moves. Both moves seem to be, you're damned if you do, damned if
Legit.
you
It's
don't.
gonna good and bad with each, right?
Yeah, and it's mostly, you're in this week 3 when there's so many injuries to Sutton, Devontae
Uh,
Adams, Saquon Barkley. You're pulling from players that you probably normally wouldn't prefer to start. So that's why
yeah.
I call it the Zugzwang. You're putting a player that
It's definitely a pickle. That's what they call it in baseball.
yeah.
You're just like, oh, I don't
So
know what to do, and you're kind of like between, and you want to respond in the right way, and you want to be educated in what you're doing. And if you're watching right now, you are educated. We know that. And if you're not, we're here for you. DM us. Don't let anybody know you're not. We're here to offer some perspective. We have some background as far as studying, and he has a college ball background. He played at Sac State, so we know somewhat. I study a lot. I played sports. He's the man. But let's get right into it. We have a question.
sure.
Edelman or Diggs this week? What do you think, David?
You know what? I do think it'd be fancy to go with Edelman if you believed in that
Oh,
170
you
something yarder
fancy
last
though.
weck. But I'm gonna go with Diggs. Diggs has been consistent. He's the
Yeah.
number one target over there in Buffalo. Josh Allen is in a groove. They're
Mm-hmm.
playing the LA Rams. I expect them to score a lot of points.
They need to. I
And
mean, the LA Rams offense is going to keep the ball going. So you
so
really need to
I
do it.
I would definitely go with Stephon Diggs and don't think twice.
Yes, sir.
Edelman was in a situation where he had a career yardage last week. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to lean on
Yeah.
the run game a little bit more this week. But yeah, I
I
think
think
you're
something that you just said, Sammy Watkins last season came out week 1 and blew it up. Everyone scoured to find shares of him and get him in trades and even picked him up. Edelman, you're going to have ups and downs with the situation in New England. Bill Belichick is a football coach, period. He is not a fantasy coach. He's not like Arians, who's going to try to get the ball and make sure these guys produce. He's going to be very strategic, and that's something that makes me want to stay away from Edelman this week. Diggs is the guy. Let's go to the next question. Fantasy burner. This is Kelly, AJ Brown. This is a trade proposal for Fournette. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I do think that Fournette will eventually emerge as the number one. But with that being said, I still think Ronald Jones is going to be involved all year, barring injury. And I think that because Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and they will be pass first most of the
Yeah.
time, they're going to mix in their third down back a little bit more.
Who
And
would that
so,
be?
they have a rookie over there. They just started kind of getting acclimated to the game,
Yeah.
and I think that again, now that it's week 3, they're going to start mixing him in, and
Yeah.
in terms of the trade, I really do like AJ Brown. It's
Okay.
concerning that he's got a knee bruise, but
Mm-hmm.
and Joshua Kelly's been playing
Like a
outstanding.
knee bruise is not a huge deal. It's something that
Yeah,
in a couple weeks, like you can play on it, a contusion
Yeah.
they call it.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, you can produce. In 3 weeks down the road, AJ Brown could be that AJ Brown that we drafted.
Yeah, so all in all, I think that Joshua Kelly and AJ Brown, I think is depending on your situation. I think if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the wide receiver depth, I think AJ Brown by week 5, 6 is going to be producing at a high level,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Joshua Kelly is probably an RB3, possible RB2 upside.
Yeah.
So yeah, and depending on the settings, if it's half point PPR, I think you
Yeah.
can safely go
It's kind of like
AJ Brown and Joshua Kelly. Remember, everyone, if
there's
you guys
definitely a lot
can,
of there's a lot of adjectives. There's a lot of kind of you're talking about chess. There's a lot of variables to consider when you're considering this. These are bench guys. I mean, on my benches, Fournette, I drafted in the second round. He's on my bench. You know, I have Aaron Jones and I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire in my home league.
you
Fournette
drafted
is
Fournette
sitting.
in the second round.
Yes, sir. After the
Wow.
move, this was September 4th? No, 9th. September 9th. I drafted him in the second round because I knew I had to shoot my shot. I wasn't going to get back to him as the keeper league in the fourth. So I was like, I'm going to shoot
Wow.
my shot, and right now I'm the highest scoring team in the league. Not to boast or
Wow.
anything, but Fournette is a depth guy for me. AJ Brown would be a depth guy for me, and he is on some rosters. Kelly has some potential, like you said, he has some upside. It
A
is a
lot of
fair
people,
trade.
a lot
That's
of people
point
in the
blank.
second round, you're trying to draft a starter for your team.
Okay.
And how about in our league, man? What do you think about that trade I sent you?
Oh, what trade? I don't know. Anyways, let's go to
Sleeper?
the next question.
He doesn't want to talk about trades, guys. He's
Mallory,
blushing.
Mallory, S. Mallory, 0 PPR, Dak or Lamar. This is a two-part question. Godert or Godert, whatever you want, Goddard,
Lamar
or Ingram.
100%.
I know you say
Lamar
Godert because you think it's French, so we can go Godert if you want.
Lamar and Ingram. I'm gonna go ahead and say that with 100% confidence.
Lamar over
I think
Dak?
easily against
Not
KC,
easily. Nope. Sorry, go
against
ahead, but no.
KC, Lamar Jackson in week 3 versus the Kansas City Chiefs will
He has
have
to turn
a
it up.
huge game.
He has to
And
turn it up.
Evan Ingram with no Sterling Shepard, no Saquon Barkley, they have a lack of firepower over there. He's going to get some shots
Ingram,
into the end zone.
that's the upside play. He's the risky upside play. Ingram is. Goddard is going to be your
Tell me
solid
your
play. He
thoughts.
gets target. Goddard is going to be your solid play. If you have a solid roster in place, you don't really need to risk it for the biscuit. Go with Goddard. If you feel like your team isn't matched up properly and your roster needs some help, go with Ingram because that's your shot in the dark. Ingram is going to get some targets. You know, Danny Dimes is going to get it to him a few times, and let's see what Ingram can do. Hopefully, he doesn't injure himself, which is probably a 33% chance. Dak and Lamar, Dak has some upside all times. I like Dak season long compared to Lamar, but Lamar, like you said, he's going up against the Chiefs. I don't think it's a clear go Lamar. Absolutely. If you have Dak and Lamar on a roster, I'm curious what your running back and your wide receiver depth looks like. Honestly, like, but go Lamar. He has to keep up with that Chiefs offense. It's the game of the first half of the season, if not the season. And there's playoff implications already
And it looks
from
like
a
you do
Timmy
actually
game.
believe it. It looks like you do believe in Evan Ingram because I see you're starting him in your sleeper league, and you need a win because you're 0-2, brother. You got to get that win. You got to get that first win of the season.
No, yeah, I believe in most guys. I temper my expectations. You know, I'm a salesman, so I look at it more of as a value thing, potential. Those are kind of the way I process things and the way I dice them up in my own head and what I'm thinking. I like Ingram. I think he's a solid upside guy. He has yet to establish himself, and that's due to injuries. So that's like the could he get hurt in the second quarter? I'm screwed for the week.
But you can't think about injuries when you're starting. If we're talking about just plays, you
It's
can't.
like
There's no way to
a
predict
10%
injuries.
of the slice of the pie. You can't
everyone
like
out there,
discard it.
you can't predict injuries.
No, no, no,
Injuries
no.
can come
I'm
to
not.
anything. You really
What I'm
have to
saying
just go
is
with
there's a shot more
opportunity.
tight ends.
Opportunity.
It's freaking him and Chris Herndon. Like, yeah, you want to put them out there. Their upside is amazing. They're showing ability, but those knees and those soft tissues don't like
Yeah.
the ability, and that's
Again,
something I
everyone
take
out
into
there,
consideration.
you can't predict injuries. If we could predict injuries, we wouldn't have drafted Saquon Barkley.
Or Evan
It's one of
Ingram.
the, it's one of those situations where, hey, the Giants are missing out on some pass catchers. Fire
Yeah,
him up. I think he's going to be a better play personally. Yet to be
absolutely.
seen though. So
All right,
what
let's
do
go
we got?
next question. Green or Edelman? This is a two-parter as well. Your name's Russ. Green or Edelman? Higbee or Ingram? What do you think, David?
I'll go Edelman over AJ Green,
Okay.
just because he's riding high on that week 2 performance. I don't see why they can't get him another 6 catches, 5
Yeah.
catches. I don't think
Okay.
he'll go for crazy
He'll get some
yardage
targets.
again. The other thing, second part of that question would be Higbee or Ingram. I think this is a lot more interesting. Higbee had 3 touchdown catches last week. Man, it looks like that connection is there with him and Jared Goff. I don't see a reason why you just bench him all of a sudden. So I go Higbee over Ingram based on the floor. And we'll see. I think Higbee against a stout Buffalo defense, they should be checking down a lot more and catch that. So
Anyways, I think you're right
I'm
on.
sipping the healthy
Higbee.
stuff,
There you go. Well, that's this.
the healthy
That's
stuff.
definitely my water. Um, yeah, I think I still have to go with Edelman. It's Diggs, Edelman, Green is kind of down there. Green has awesome potential and whatnot, but Higbee is going to be my pick with that Rams offense. And you know how I feel. I'm not saying Ingram's going to get hurt because, like you said, you can't predict it. But his pass makes me hesitant to put him up into that top 10, top 8. And he can potentially, his ability and his quarterback could get him in there. He could be in top 3 for all we know. But at this point, Higbee is going to be, relied upon. Let's go to the next question. Need to choose between, and this is Paz Dan, Gage, Hilton, or Fuller full PPR. What do you think?
This question is a lot more interesting now that Julio Jones is out. I think that Gage probably has the best floor, considering Matt Ryan has a nice connection with him. Matt Ryan is going to throw it to Calvin Ridley and Gage and Hayden Hurst all game. So I think Gage, and Fuller, he had 0 targets, 0 catches last week. Well, I should just say 0 catches last week, and he was one of those players that did get a little bit banged up last week. So
Mm,
I'm wondering if he's all the way healthy, and that's the only
yeah,
way. If I knew that Fuller was all the way healthy and he was going to play a full snaps, I'd go Fuller, but I don't know that. Hilton dropped
yeah,
a should be 40-yard touchdown last week. Probably would have made his line a lot better. But it's kind of one of those things where if you would ask me before the season, I would have definitely said Hilton or Fuller. But given the situation with no Julio Jones, I think Calvin really gets
Gage.
double.
You're going
I think
Gage?
I might go Gage here. So
Okay. Oh, Mike,
I
come on, give me one. Who is it? Fuller or
yeah no
Gage?
I think I'm gonna
Can we say it's
go.
not Hilton out of those 3?
You know what? I would have to go, and this is a tough one. I am gonna go.
Pabs Dan
Uh,
coming in with the fastball, the little
I'll go
knuckleball
full.
here.
I'll go Fuller. I'll go
Okay.
Fuller. He had
So I
0
have the
lap.
choice between Gage and Fuller in one, and I think Hilton and Fuller in another. I think Fuller's the play.
Yeah.
Watson, the quarterback alone. I mean, Matt Ryan with Gage. All 3 have a solid quarterback, but Fuller with DeAndre Hopkins gone, Fuller is the pick this week. Now Gage is a solid upside play, and if it was a flex spot, you had 2 already. I'm putting him in my flex, Gage, since Julio's gone. So at wide receiver 2, I want Fuller, and give him all to me because I think this guy has what it takes to kind of take a lot of what Hopkins left. And I'm not saying target share, that's mumbo jumbo. What I'm saying is he needs to go somewhere, and Fuller is going to be one of those guys that'll get 5 targets at least. We're probably looking at 10, 12 for Fuller this week. So I'm excited to put him out there as my wide receiver too. All right, next question. Hayden Hurst or Dallas Goedert, the French Goedert. He said, help me. And then it's funny because I edited this and he put an emoji, the little like siren, the red light. So instead of putting the emoji, StreamYard's like, league police, cars, revolving lights.
This week, I'm going Hayden Hurst. I think that with no Julio Jones, I think Calvin Ridley gets double covered. I think Gage will be open a little bit, but I think the big winner this week is Hayden Hurst.
No, you're right. He's going to get the targets. Those end zone targets as a tight end is going to be gold, and Hurst can move the ball. So it's simple. It's clean. That's just what it is. So
you're going against your boy Dallas, huh?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Dallas. I think him and Ertz make me sketched. So I like Goedert, but Hayden Hurst, I've drafted him 4 times, I think, out of 12 leagues. So Hurst, I only got Jarwin once, and I felt like they were kind of twins at that point in the draft season. We have a question coming through on Twitter, and this is from Gut Checker Dave. Love that name. Woods, Boyd, or D-Jax PPR? This will be our final question. We're just going to leave it at this.
I'm going Woods.
Guys,
I'm going Woods. Woods. Yeah, I think that
why?
Even though Boyd had a solid game last week, a lot of it was in garbage time. I think that the game with Woods, he's going to have to be relied upon, him and Cooper Kupp, against, again, Buffalo defense, where it's going to be tough to run the ball.
Yeah.
They're going to have Jared Goff's going to have to air it out. Bob Woods just always seems to make a couple plays.
Bob Woods.
I know you love that Bob Woods name.
Bob Woods. Nobody in the world calls him that. But you're like, yo, Bobby, I know you from the block. Like, what's up, bro?
You should check it out on Twitter. Everyone calls him Bob Woods, brother. He goes by Bob Woods.
I don't need Twitter to tell me that. He's Robert to me. I don't know him personally like you do.
His mom calls him Robert. His friends call him Bob.
Oh, okay.
And
you're his friend.
And his friends and fans call him Bob.
Okay. Yeah, I'm his mom.
You have that motherly love for him. We have that
I do. I mean, I can't help it. I've liked Woods since he was drafted, before that even. And
yeah.
That
what college did he go to again?
Especially for you too, bro. You need some more ibuprofen or what for that ankle?
Quick little trivia. What college did Bob Woods go to? 3, 2, 1. USC, brother. USC.
Yep.
USC.
Woods, West Coast.
There you go. A fan since college. I love it.
No, I mean, USC. There was a couple. Reggie Bush. Matt Barkley. There's a few. Juju.
You're a Matt Barkley
I can go
fan?
on and on. Like I don't want to play my hand. I was a USC fan growing up. I went to a few games. Spent some time in the locker room at USC. So.
You went in the locker room?
That's no joke. Yeah, I met with.
No way.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
John David Booty. I met him.
Was that a beautiful facility?
I actually had a conversation with him when he was at USC.
Wow.
Met the coach and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there at this point. I was getting out of high school, kind of getting into media. I studied media, geography, and broadcasting to start college. So, and I worked into theater to kind of end my studies, but this kind of thing, being on camera.
So he's been doing this. He's been doing this since high school, y'all.
No, yeah,
he's got a knack for it.
Freaking YouTube. I posted on Twitter. I was 15 and I did my first one of these. I was talking about this game. I was talking about the Lakers. It's a little 2-minute thing that I did by myself on my little crappy webcam. I was 15 years ago. So if you want to look it up. Blind.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube. You got
Blind
Fantasy Salesman. Fantasy Salesman's dropping gems.
Racist videos, just making fun of thing like Dave Chappelle kind of thing. No, it wasn't racist. It was I played, and I'm Middle Eastern, so I'm half Middle Eastern. So I played like these little skits that we did in high school.
Cut that
Um,
racist part.
no, I know it
Just
wasn't
kidding.
racist. It was just races.
Please
Um,
explain that.
no, yeah, for sure. So I played like this little store clerk, and my brother was the guy coming in. He tried to rob me, and I pulled a rifle up into his face, and he ran. So that was like one of our skits. So not necessarily racist. I was just playing a part, but I've been in show. Like my point is, I've been in show business. Some comedy. It's not my go-to, but um, back in the day, Office was going on. It was a little different attitude. Dane Cook and Dave Chappelle, and those are the guys that Eddie Murphy that I grew up watching and stuff. So it was just fun to and
It looks like he
he
was
was
doing. It looks like it wasn't any type of racism involved. It looked like it was a skit, a spoof of like a
yeah yeah
previously seen video. Everybody, so no
no
worries.
what I'm saying
We
in
don't.
like
We
today's
love all
culture.
people. We
No,
love
for
all
sure.
people. It's all
All people,
colors,
all
all
sexes,
races.
no sexes. I
Hugging
don't
them,
care.
loving them all, guys. I love
Yeah,
mixed
yeah.
race, so I'm definitely never a part of anything racist. Just it's
No,
all
yeah,
love out
you're
here.
just
But
making
it's
it.
cool that he explained that it was nothing but just pure skit spoof.
It was fun. And a lot of people are sensitive in that subject right now, and I understand. I was the only white kid in my neighborhood growing up. Um, and I'm half Middle Eastern, so Jewish. We can go into that as well if you want. But I want to thank you, David, for your time today. Having some fun breaking down these players and stuff like that. Um, if you have anything to say to let us go ahead.
I do, man. So last final thoughts, man. I have a trade on Twitter here. We have Hunter Henry and Mike Williams for Evan Ingram and Devin Singletary. What are your thoughts?
Say that one more time.
We have Hunter Henry
Uh-huh.
and Mike Williams from the Chargers
Okay.
for Evan Ingram and Devin Singletary. Which side are you rolling with?
Not the Singletary side. I think Zach will
Ah,
in and take more of that work. I don't trust the Bills and what their plans are for Singletary. That's simply
so
why.
so which side are you accepting?
Not
The
the
Hunter Henry,
Singletary side. The other
so
one, Mike
the
Williams and
the Hunter
Mike
Henry
Williams
and Mike
side.
Williams.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a curveball for Matt because this trade was sent to him. This trade was sent by me to him. Hunter
Okay.
Henry and Mike Williams for Singletary and Evan Ingram. So he just said he'll accept it. So can we go to accept that live, fellas? Can we do our first trade live? He just said he'll
Yeah, let me
accept
see
it.
this.
Ooh, we got a live trade. This is the first for Run Pass Options. Run Pass Options. We have a live trade that just is going down. Fantasy Salesman said he will accept Hunter Henry and Mike Williams.
Mm. Wait, what league is this?
Sleeper. Madden
Madden?
PPR keeper.
All right, here we go.
Hunter Henry and we got a live trade that just went down. This is breaking news, everybody.
You're
Me and
92
Matt,
Bulls? What is 92
yeah,
Bulls?
the 92 Bulls are the best team in the NBA history.
Scottie Pippen, that
Michael Jordan,
Rodman, Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr.
oh, all it
Kukoc?
was
Was Kukoc still on
Jordan.
that team?
Yep, Jordan was in his peak. He always says that the 91, 92 Bulls was his top team ever. Ooh, we have it. There it is.
This is it,
Go.
right?
Ooh, yep, that's the trade.
What, uh, uh,
Ooh, we have a
uh.
live deal, everybody. We have a live deal that just went down. See, we get deals done in here. And by the way, I'm 2-0 in this league, guys. Much love.
So he's trying to pick up from the bottom right now. He's digging gold. Good stuff.
Yeah, fun stuff, guys. Yeah, to wrap things up, guys, we did our first live trade. We went through a couple different deals, a couple starts, and I'm starting to think about that Dak and Lamar play, and I think it'll be a lot closer than I mentioned, but I'm still going with Lamar. But Matt
Yeah,
made some really
same.
good points. Matt gave some really good
Oh,
points,
okay. Changing a little
awesome
mind. These are
points.
my points. All
No,
right.
I think you made some really good points on Dak. He's been on fire. You can't ignore that.
Yeah.
But again, I think that the game of the week, like we said, we talked about, was going to be Chiefs and Baltimore. So if you
Oh, for
guys
sure.
watch any football in its entirety, I would definitely be watching that game. It's going to be a fun one, and we'll be definitely be watching. We'll have some reactions for you next week.
Cool. Sounds good. You guys take it easy.
Yeah.
Check out our website, fantasyanalyzer.com. We got our boy Sack Experts, David from Sacramento, and Matt. I'm from Vegas. So I'm originally from East LA. So hit us up, DM us, YouTube, comment on there, follow us, please. Like it. On Twitter, if you have any questions, you could DM us. But we'd love if you mention us. Use our hashtag. Keep analyzing. Let's have a good Sunday. Let's enjoy some football. Peace.
Love to y'all.